You work hard for your money, but have you noticed how easily it flows into things you barely understand? We're told to invest for the future. Yet most of us are only guessing. Following advice we couldn't explain if someone asked us. The quiet truth is this: not knowing why your money grows or disappears is the most expensive risk of all. This is where Invested by Danielle Town changes the way you see everything. It uncovers the hidden patterns of how wealth actually builds, and why real investing isn't about luck. It's about finally seeing the system that has been in motion all along. Welcome to Beyond the Books. Today, we're breaking down Invested. Here's where the journey begins. Most people invest without ever realizing what they're truly investing in. They chase numbers, they follow trends, they move their money out of fear, excitement, or the quiet pressure of not wanting to fall behind. But here's the secret: almost no one stops to consider. Every investment is a bet on a living system. A system made of businesses, people, behaviors, and beliefs. And Invested isn't just a book about stocks or markets. It's a guide to seeing these systems clearly and learning how to place your money inside them with intention. Picture this moment. You buy a single share of a company. On the surface, it's just a number flickering on your screen, a digital line in your brokerage account. And for most people, that's where it ends. But that share is more than a number. It's a thread connecting you to a living organism, a company breathing through cash flow, making decisions through leaders you may never meet, surviving or collapsing based on how it interacts with the world around it. This is the first shift Danielle experiences. She moves from seeing investing as abstract numbers to seeing it as a relationship with a real business. Most people think they're buying a stock. In reality, they're entering a quiet partnership with a living company. Why does this matter? Because when investing feels abstract, just charts and tickers, your behavior will always drift with the crowd. You buy high when excitement peaks. You sell low when fear spreads. You let the market's panic become your own. But when you start to see every stock as an actual business, something changes. You start asking new questions. How does this company really make money? What protects it from competitors? Who is leading it? And can they be trusted with my capital? And in that shift, the daily noise of the market begins to fade. You stop reacting. You start thinking. You start playing the real game. Take Apple as an example. The average investor buys because the stock is rising, or because they like their iPhone. But a systems thinker looks deeper. They see Apple as a network of cash flows. Every device sale feeds a stream of services revenue. Every loyal customer strengthens the brand's moat. Suppliers, retail stores, and the App Store form an ecosystem that sustains itself. And a leadership team orchestrates this machine into predictable returns. The market price jumps and falls. But the real system, the living business, remains visible, knowable, and measurable. Price is noise. The system is the signal. Through this lens, Danielle uncovers her first quiet truth. Investing is about understanding systems of value creation, not chasing market movements. Most people assume the market is the master, but the market is just a mirror. It reflects the health of the underlying business. Not today, not tomorrow, but inevitably, over time. This is where rule number 1 investing reshapes the story. Danielle's father, Phil Town, teaches her the first rule. Rule number 1: don't lose money. Simple words. But behind them is a profound principle. Don't lose money doesn't mean avoiding every dip. It means protecting yourself from system decay. It means understanding a business deeply enough to recognize real danger before the headlines tell everyone else to panic. Picture two investors. The first wakes up to see Tesla down 20% in a week. Their stomach drops. They sell because fear is louder than reason. The second investor studied Tesla as a system. They know revenue streams, production bottlenecks, leadership structure. They understand supply chains and regulatory pressure. So when the stock drops, they can separate noise from signal. If the system is still healthy, they hold or even buy more. If the system shows real cracks, they exit, but calmly, without panic. Investors who sleep at night are the ones who understand what they truly own. And here's the insight almost no one sees. The stock market itself isn't the primary system. It's just a reflection. A mirror of millions of human decisions reacting to the performance of the real systems underneath. Businesses. Trying to predict the market without understanding the business is like trying to forecast the weather by watching leaves blow in the wind, instead of learning how the clouds and pressure systems move the air. Danielle's journey in Invested is ultimately a shift in perspective. She begins intimidated by finance. She avoids her money because it feels overwhelming, uncertain, even dangerous. But as she learns to see businesses as living systems, something changes. She begins to see herself differently too. Her money, her time, her choices, all of it connects to the companies she decides to own. The moment you see the system, you also see your place inside it. So what makes a business truly resilient? A durable company has three essential elements. 1. A moat, a real defense against competitors. 2. Trustworthy management, leaders who protect and grow capital. 3. Consistent cash flow, the lifeblood of the system. When all three align, the business can weather storms. It can adapt. It can compound value for years, no matter the noise of the market. Compare that to how most people invest. They buy hype. They chase stories. They mistake motion for strength. That's like building a house on sand. The first wave of panic will take it all. Here's a practical shift. Spend 1 hour scrolling market news, and you'll know what is happening. Spend 1 hour studying a company as a living system, and you'll know why it's happening. That why is where real confidence lives. Because systems thinking compounds. Over time, you start to see patterns no one else notices. Zoom out even further. A single company belongs to an industry. Industries rise and fall with economic cycles. Economic cycles are shaped by human behavior. And human behavior is what ultimately moves the market. Most investors start with the market. Systems thinkers start with the roots, not the leaves. Danielle eventually adds one more layer: alignment. She doesn't just buy businesses she understands. She buys businesses that match her values. Because ownership is a relationship. When your capital aligns with your values, your decisions become cleaner. You hesitate less, you regret less, and your wealth building feels coherent with the life you want to live. Think of it like a garden. You can scatter seeds randomly, chasing whatever looks green today. Or you can plant with intention, choosing what will thrive under your care and what you want to tend for years to come. Money grows faster when it lives in alignment with the person who owns it. Here's the entire chain. The market is a mirror. The mirror reflects human behavior. Human behavior is pulled by fear and greed. Fear and greed are amplified by headlines. But beneath it all are the real business systems. If those systems are healthy, patience is rewarded. If those systems are rotting, speculation is punished. And here is the final truth. Investing is not about prediction. It is about positioning yourself in systems that endure. It is about seeing the invisible threads of cash flow, leadership, and competitive advantage. When you see the system clearly, the noise stops controlling you. You start participating in actual value creation. This is the quiet power of becoming truly invested. The market rewards the people patient enough to understand what they own. Wealth doesn't begin with money. It begins the moment you decide your attention is worth more than your fear. Right now, write one sentence. I choose to only invest in what I fully understand. That single line is your new filter. Every dollar, every decision. Starting today. Comment with the sentence you wrote. Claim it publicly. Like this video, subscribe to Beyond the Books, and if there's a book you want to truly understand, tell us below. This is how you stop guessing with your future and start owning it.